Hi, my name is Mrs. Rindflesh. I am a second grade teacher. A lot of you might know me because you're in my classroom, but I'm also posting this on in other places, and so I just wanted to introduce myself. On Friday in our class, we had dress up day, and we got to dress up as some of our favorite characters or historical figures or sports athletes and things like that. And I dressed up as the Giving Tree, and so I kind of wanted to share that story with you today. It's The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein, and he is a famous children's author. A lot of times he writes poetry, which that's our next unit that we're getting ready to get into. But this is more of a storybook, okay? So be looking for his poems if you like this story. You might like his poems as well. As I'm reading this book, I would like for you guys to think about a few things. I want you to think of the theme. A theme is a moral or a lesson that the author is trying to teach you. So be thinking about the lesson that the author, Shel Silverstein, is trying to teach you and how you can apply it to your life. So say, what is the author trying to teach me, and how can I use that in my life, that lesson? Okay, and then the other thing I want you to think about are the characters. I want you to think about who they are, what they're like, their personality inside and outside, characteristics, and how their relationship is together, the characters. So there's two characters mostly in here, and I want you to focus on those and how they work together, okay? So be thinking about that as I'm reading. Otherwise, just enjoy. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. I'll move it down so you guys can see. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. So you can see his foot coming out of the page over there. And every day the boy would come and he would gather her leaves. And make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk. So there he is on the other side of the trunk, and his feet and hands are just shown. And he would swing from her branches. And eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. So far we see that the tree is allowing the boy to play with the leaves, to eat the apples, to climb the trunk, to sleep in her shade, and so the tree is giving these things to this boy without wanting anything in return, right? And the boy loved the tree. There he is hugging the tree. And the tree was happy. So he has carved in there M-E plus T, so me plus tree. But time went by, so the boy, you can see him getting older. And the boy grew older. So my kids noticed that there were two sets of legs there. And then there's another carving in the tree that says M-E plus Y-L. And so my kids predicted, or they inferred, that the boy has a girlfriend. They thought that was funny. Well, gross. That's what they thought. And the tree was often alone. So now the boy is doing what? Why is the tree alone? Think about that. Do you think that the boy is going off with the girlfriend and leaving the tree alone? When the boy used to play on the tree and with the tree all the time, and now his time spent with the girlfriend? Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my tree, and swing from my branches, and eat apples, and play in my shade, and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money, and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. So you probably have heard me say that many times. It's a repeated sentence in this book, and the tree was happy. So that might be important. The author might do that on purpose. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day, the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy. And she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. So my students were starting to get a little sad at this point, because the tree is giving away so many things. And the tree was happy. Think about that. There's that sentence again. The tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered. "Come and play." "I'm too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk, and he made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I'm so sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I am too old and tired to climb," said the boy. "I'm sorry," said the tree. "I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I'm sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up, as much as she could. Well, I'm an old stump. An old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was, you guessed it, happy. The end. All right, so I asked you to think of a couple things during that book. One of them was the characters, who they are, what they are, and then how would you describe them, and their relationship. So I want you to think about that. So who were the characters? Yep, the characters were the tree and the boy. Those were our main characters, right? Now, we did throw the girlfriend in there, but those were not the characters that had an important role in this book. But the tree and the boy did. And they had a relationship together. And their relationship was to play with each other, to give to each other, to spend time together, and enjoy each other's company, right? The tree in this book is personified, okay? That means that the tree is given people-like characteristics. So when we describe things about this tree, it almost sounds like it's a person, right? It gives things, it feels happy. A tree can't really feel happy, but we can infer that it was feeling happy, and it says that because of what was happening in the book. And so we would just assume that maybe the tree would feel happy because the boy is spending time with it. The boy changed throughout the book as well. The boy grew older, wanted different things as he grew older. At first he wanted just to play and to use her shade and use her apples and all of those things. But then as he got older, he needed more from the tree, didn't he? He wanted not just the things that could regrow, but he wanted to cut the branches down to build a house. He wanted to cut the tree trunk down to build the boat. And all of those things. And so the tree started losing who the tree was in a way, and started feeling like, oh, I'm not giving enough to this boy. I'm not making him as happy as I would like. When really, at the end, we notice that the tree is always happy because when the boy is happy. Okay? And we're going to kind of get more into that in the theme. Okay, so that's kind of how that played out with the characters. So the theme or the moral of the story means that there's a lesson in this story, and that the author wants you to learn that lesson and then to apply it to your life. So use it in your life. So let's think about that. What do you think the lesson in this story is? I think that the lesson is to give, but give from the heart. The tree never wanted anything in return. The tree just kept giving to the boy to make the boy happy, right? And in turn, the boy's happiness made the tree happy. So I think that when you're giving, if you give from the heart, if you don't expect anything in return, she didn't give because the boy was begging. She gave because she wanted to. The tree wanted to give the boy those things. So I would say give only if you want to, and give from the heart. Because otherwise, it's not genuine, we call that. Okay? So as you get older, your parents can kind of teach you that, or people in life can teach you that. It's not easy at first to give things away or to share your things, but it gets easier as you go. And when you see others happy because of it, then it makes you happy. So that's happening a lot right now with the coronavirus and everything that's going around. People are giving things to each other and helping each other out because they want to, and because they know it will make others happy. So I'm kind of giving this to you right now, this storybook, because I know it will make you happy, hopefully. So I want you to think, how can you apply that in your life? Today, I want you to go out and I want you to try to make someone happy by giving to them. And it doesn't have to be anything that costs money. Maybe give them time to themselves, your mom or dad. Or clean your room and give them that happiness of knowing that you were doing your job as a child and kind of helping out in the house. Okay? So think of other things that you could do. What else could you do with this lesson, this moral of giving from the heart? All right. Have a good rest of the day, guys. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye, kiddos.